Hello, everybody. It's me, Carmine DeStefano, the Bookman. And I am going to record for you another brand of this ongoing series I have called Dragon Age Inquisition's Dragon Slaying. This is where I kill all of the high dragons with different types of characters. Now, I did one from the Hinterlands, the first high dragon you should be fighting. This is probably the third one you should be fighting. It's level 15 electricity damage spewing dragone that I'm all prepared for because I got my, ooh, look at that, electrical resistance tonic. Ooh, look at that, ooh, look at that, ooh, look at that. Hey, resistance tonic, an electric resistance tonic. So we're ready to go. It's going to boost our electrical resistance, which is exactly what we need. Now I'm going to show you exactly, no, put that away, put that away, put that away. Don't want to do that. I'm going to show you exactly what I've got here. Now, I'm going to mention something later on that's going to probably give away what I'm doing here. I'm recording another Dragon Age Inquisition romance video. And as you can see, my main character is, after all, Konari. Well, she's Tal-Vashoth, but we'll get on to that something else or whatever. Don't worry about that right now, okay? There's just details. We don't need to hear about these details. Now, the way I built it is, I've given her, you start off with one fire spell, one electricity spell, but I've gone Inferno. She's maxed out Inferno. This is a very particularly interesting spell or interesting ability here. It's what's called a passive ability because you don't have to actually set it off. What this does is when you blast one of your fire spells and you get a critical hit, you can blast the same fire spell or any other fire spell immediately after because it doesn't cost you any kind of mana. And I've also got a couple of ice spells, and I want to make her a knight commander, but I have to put together the specific ingredients, meaning I need to get a spiritual sword half. So anyway, and I also have with me Cassandra because she's a living tank, and I've maxed out her sword and shield, weapon and shield, as well as started off the Templar specialization with her. I have the Iron Bull, which means that I have his two-handed weapon maxed out, and I also have the Reaver going on here, and that means I have his focus power known as Rampage, which basically makes him swing faster, it's hit harder, and every time he hits, it regenerates his health. It's an awesome, awesome ability. Solus, I've gone with the spiritual ability, the spiritual mage ability, so he's got barrier, he's got Life Ward. I don't really think, Mind Blast. I'm not really sure exactly what offensive ability the Spirit route has, but I do have some Rift Magic, which is Veil Strike and Stone Fist so far. They're both built up to their apex. I did not get a chance to get to Firestorm, but I will do that. I think these two are spiritual spells or something like that from Dragon Age 2 and Origins, but I could be wrong. In fact, I know I'm wrong. So why did I even say it? I don't know. So we're all level 17. This is a level 15 high dragon. So let's take a look at it together, shall we? This is the Gamordan Stormrider. Now what you want to do when you're fighting this beast, because this thing is going to fly at you, it's going to shoot you from afar. What you want to do is when it starts doing its electricity shit, stay out of the water. Stay out the bushes. Now when we see this fucker pop up, we are going to drink our electrical tonic. And once we're done drinking our electrical tonic, we're then going to fight this fuck. Where are you? Oh, there you are. Okay. Alright, now after we get up, it's tonic time! Okay. Now, the electricity dragons have one particular weakness. Okay, now he's going to spit out his electricity, get out of the water, otherwise it's going to keep doing damage to you. Ah, yeah, I'll go with it. Let's do my focus power. I had that thing up to tier 3, and for some reason it doesn't matter. It just went back down to 1. The focus power thing is just bizarre. It probably wasn't in my best interest to flash that shit, considering it slows it down and it was spewing out electricity. Well, anyway, so the basic, now this is just normal difficulty. This is not, one of these superior difficulties, like Nightmare or so, or even hard. This is normal difficulty, and as you can see, going with the fire spells, When it does this shit, it's really effective. But I usually go for the legs. Go for the ribs. Don't let that bastard breathe. I usually go for the legs. For the legs will stagger it and give you a good opportunity to beat its living ass. But as you can see, what we gotta do, is you're gonna get your warriors underneath this fucker and make sure you have at least one shield warrior to tank. Because the shield warriors can block its projectile magic. Now this Gamordan Stormrider is not as bad as the one in Storm Coast, which I tried to film and got my ass handed to me. But the one good thing is it doesn't call dragonlings, which some of them do. Alright, I've got one leg staggering, sort of. Let's go for the other leg. Now, ordinarily, you'll have to, if you bring mages with you, you'll have to make sure that, okay, now that it's going to start flying around, try to move as much as you can, get an idea where it's coming from, and avoid its blast. Alright, there it is. You just want to avoid that. If you move around enough, let's see. Yeah, we're doing great with potions. If you move around enough, now really when you fight high dragons, you want to make certain that you're at a level that's higher than them. Because if they're higher than you, they're going to do you some real bad. Makes no fucking sense. Alright, anyway. Now, sometimes, I will show you, I'm going to pretty much go through this game enough that I could probably fight a dragon each character. So, most likely, this will be the only dragon that I fight with this group. Now, what I do want to mention, and I'm not telling you exactly what I'm doing for the romance with this character, but I will bring this up, that you might want to bring, if you're building any kind of relationship with the Iron Bull, you might want to bring him with you when you fight the High Dragons. If you defeat the High Dragon, he will approve. So you'll gain his approval rate, which doesn't get gauged by a meter of any kind. It sort of happens, and you see if somebody approves of what you've done. If they do enough, you talk to them at Skyhold or Haven. Hey, you dodged my shit. Why don't you dodge the firewall? Ah, now you got yourself caught in it, kind of. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm basically blowing off my my fire spells. Like that right there is Fire Mine. If you fight lesser enemies, it does a shit ton of damage, but if you fight lesser enemies and they step on it, they'll fly like 100 feet in the air. It's pretty funny. So like I said, go for the legs. Try to take it out. Try to take the legs out from underneath it, in which case it'll sort of collapse. If you're using spiritual magic or rift magic, you should have a better chance at doing some good damage. Now, there are some dragons that when they do that roar, or when they do a roar, it will bring forth dragonlings, and it will also make you stagger. So, okay, so we got this thing sort of, yeah, there it goes. It's down. All right, so now that it's kind of down, let's go off on it. So as you can see, it can't do its front leg melee. All right, it didn't last long. Back to the drawing board. Okay. Oh, we got to refill our tonic. Well, we'll not refill it, but we got to use it. We got to drink it up. Alright, it's flying towards here, so let's move out of the way. Some of these dragons will do that. They'll do that move where they'll fly around and then spat out their now get out of the water here. Ordinarily, your crewmates will get the gist of it, and they won't walk near that. Solus, don't you have any? You can sort of change your crewmate's behavior so that automatically what it's going to do is when you only have like 2 potions left, they won't use another one, even if they're like almost about to. Now, if you don't, if you have more than 2, they're gonna fucking drink that shit the moment they're like at half health. But if you don't change their behavioral patterns, they will not drink once it hits 2 health potions. That was not a good idea for me, actually. Now the firewall will do some consistent damage. If you're fighting an ice dragon, which I think I'm going to do an ice dragon battle, because if you're fighting an ice dragon with a mage that does fire spells, like it is especially a flat-out inferno mage like this, firewall and all that crap's just going to do ridiculous amounts of offensive damage. But there it goes. That's 3. And you get a high amount of influence, and I guess Iron Bull only approves once. Okay, anyway. And when you defeat the Gamordan, you get 4 power, and when you defeat the Gamordan Stormrider, you also receive Enhanced Grenades Belt. Oh, there it is. Iron Bull approves. See? Told you. Enhanced Grenades Belt, which gives you 2 more grenades. Bianca Aiming 2 Enhanced. Lady Jocasta's Revenge, which is a dagger, which we're going to give to Cole. Superb Amulet of Dexterity, Intense Dragon Blood, and Dragon's Tooth, as well as Dragon Webbing, Dragon Scales, and Dragon Bone. So that's it, folks. We beat the Gamordan Stormrider. We did it without anyone dying. I thank you all for watching. I have more for you soon to come, so stay tuned, take care, and have a great day.